Well, new tonight, a grieving mother's 2-year search for answers exposes an alleged government cover-up and raises serious questions about whether a prisoner at a local jail was denied treatment and left to die. Here's investigative reporter A.J. Lagon.
Hardel did not deserve what they did to him.
An inmate's death, a mother's rage.
Truth. Truth. That's all I'm fighting for, is the truth to be told.
Hardel Sherrill can't tell the truth about what happened. His mom, Delshia Perry, vows to not stop telling it.
Mama's gonna get him. We're gonna get him.
Here's what we know. 27-year-old Hardel Sherrill walked into the Beltrami County Jail as he was booked on a firearm possession charge August 24th, 2018. He left dead 9 days later.
I will never get my son back.
A new KARE 11 investigation raises questions about just what happened during those 9 days and whether authorities tried to bury the truth.
In this news release at the time, the Beltrami Sheriff's Department simply said Hardel had collapsed and was unresponsive despite efforts to revive him. A Department of Corrections investigation found the jail committed no violations.
That was a lie from the pit of hell, and I wasn't buying it.
A traveling evangelist, Miss Perry launched a one-woman crusade to find out what really happened. These medical records and these jail videos tell a far different story than the official version.
Medically neglected, abused, till his death.
August 27th, 3 days after entering the jail, records show Hardel complains of sharp chest pain. A nurse reports elevated blood pressure, an abnormal electrocardiogram. Over the next 3 days, his symptoms worsen. On August 30th, he tells a nurse he cannot feel anything from the waist down. Jail video shows him in a wheelchair, apparently trying to pull himself into bed, but falling to the floor. By phone, the jail doctor advises sending Hardel to the hospital, but a jail administrator refuses to send him to the ER. Why? They think he's faking as part of a possible escape attempt. The next day, another nurse finds Hardel on the floor, urine soaking his mattress pad and the right side of his mouth drooping. She orders him to the hospital immediately. It takes 2 jailers to lift him into a wheelchair, his legs seemingly limp. At Sanford Medical ER in Fargo, a doctor diagnoses weakness and fatigue, but doesn't discover the underlying cause. He sends Hardel back to jail with these orders to seek medical attention immediately if there is worsening weakness, difficulty standing, paralysis, loss of control of bladder, or trouble swallowing. Despite those orders and that he'll meet every single one of the conditions, he will never see a doctor again.
He was treated worse than a dog.
September 1st, jailers carry the limp man back to his cell. Later that day, he rolls off the bunk. His body seizes, his legs twitch. He's left like this for nearly 8 hours.
Here's a man that is dying right before your very eyes, and you do absolutely nothing to help him.
The next afternoon, he died on a jail cell floor. A pathologist hired by Hardel's mother would later determine he died from Guillain-Barré syndrome, a condition that attacks the nervous system, causing paralysis. Most people survive if they get hospital care.
He was crying out for help for days, not a couple of minutes, days. My son suffered for 6 long, agonizing days.
This lawsuit blames Beltrami County, Mend Correctional Care, the private company hired to provide medical care for inmates, and the hospital. In court, they've all denied responsibility.
The Beltrami County Jail has told you lies.
But the protests by Hardel's mother helped convince DOC Commissioner Paul Schnell to order a new review of the case.
It was very disturbing, and obviously it was something that we needed to act on.
He discovered this whistleblower complaint had been filed by a nurse at the jail just days after Hardel's death, describing neglectful care, claiming Despite his deteriorating condition, he wasn't sent back to the hospital because the jail doctor thought Hardell could wait until after the holiday to be reassessed.
It was all red flags, but yet nobody did anything.
The whistleblower tells KARE 11 she sent complaints not only to the Department of Corrections, where the previous investigator ignored them, but also to the State Nursing Board and Board of Medical Practice. And in nearly 2 years, neither of them has taken disciplinary action.
It wasn't until after the DOC reopened their investigation that regular and gross violation of Minnesota jail standards were found. And just last week, the FBI launched an investigation into Hardell's death.
But God sits high and he looks low, and he has the final say.
For KARE 11 Investigates, I'm AJ Legault.
If you have something you'd like our investigative team to look into, reach out and send an email to investigations@kare11.com.